Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Predestined, the podcast. And of course, I'm Pre. And this week I have a very special guest. A repeat guest.
Yo, your radio voice make me laugh every time, yo.
Are you wrong? What you mean?
Because it's like Girl 6. I don't know, yo. It's something. I'd be like, yo, that's not how we talk regularly. Nah.
Well, I got my cousin Tim back on the show. What's up, Tim? Applause. Yeah. So, yes, like I was saying, jump right into it. It's called Bluffs All 2019.
I wasn't ready, yo.
Listen, I feel like there's been a good 2 instances so far this year where, you know what I mean, I was letting people slide under the radar and not call them bluffs.
Ooh.
And they was talking heavy and talking
Spicy talk.
But then when it came down to it, they wasn't about what they was talking about. So now, I'm calling bluffs early. Don't say it if you ain't about that action.
Yo, like, the thing with this is, I normally lead with, what you trying to go together? Like, that's my go-to. So when the Jones is like, yes, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I mean, first of all, that's the kind of energy I like. I mean, but it caught me off guard, yo. It caught me off guard.
So you got a girlfriend?
I wouldn't go that far, yo. I wouldn't go that far.
Well, go together.
I'll go as far as, you know what I mean, when I text her, she was like, yo, is this my boyfriend? And then I was like, oh. So, I mean, we just met, like, Saturday.
So, y'all playing, or?
I mean, I feel like everybody goes together if you go to a Caribbean party. Like, if you, like, how many wines, you know what I mean, before you're in a relationship? I don't know.
Go to Carabana, Philly version, leave with a significant other.
Yeah, why not? Why not? That's where I'm at in life anyway, yo.
Why not?
Why not? You know what I mean?
Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
You know my thing before when I was talking about, yo, you trying to go together for like 90 days? Like,
you know what? That's a super dope concept.
I'm glad you feel that way.
I mean, let's go together for 90 days. Let's just see if we could see.
Let's lease this thing. You know what I mean?
Let's try it out. It's a running relationship.
A little trial. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because the first 90 days is always the best days anyway.
That's the whole idea of it, yo.
The first 90 days is always the best. But in your version of it, you were saying after the 90 days, you just excommunicate.
I ain't go that far. I ain't say kick him out the church. That's crazy. No. It's just like, all right, because that's people's number one question. It's like, all right, after 90 days, then what do you do?
Right.
And I'm like, all right, I mean, you kind of approach it then. But I'm willing to give my maximum effort to this for 90 days. And I'm willing to enjoy it without the idea that it has to continue for that long. Because I think that's what happens with people. Like, I've been in situations where I knew Shorty was about to bounce. Like, you know, the girl that ended up being a missionary. I was the best boyfriend ever. Then... Because I'm like, yo, she
less
about to...
pressure.
No pressure at all. You about to leave.
Yeah.
I could do that. I mean, that's just like with like, yo, it's easy to babysit a kid. You know what I mean?
Facts.
You enjoy it. You
I'm
take
the
them
best
out for ice
aunt, godmom,
all of that.
Ever.
You give them back. And then it's like, yo, I got the best of this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I feel that.
You know,
I mean, yeah.
It's similar.
But do you really want to be in a relationship every 90 days?
I didn't say every 90. I just said I wanted to try this one time just to see.
Just to see.
Yeah, why not? Because, I mean, the other thing is, like, how I feel about marriage is that's the normal progression. Mm-hmm. So you meet somebody, you like them. Oh, you watch Netflix too? Oh, okay. And then, you know, at some point, we got to get engaged. At some point, we got to get married. But nobody's like, yo, let's just see what this married life is about for a couple years. And if we don't like it, we could be out. It's this whole lot. I
feel like marriage is a lot different than the whole 90-day relationship thing.
I mean, it's all about how you view commitment. You know what I mean?
But I mean, also the whole 90-day thing, I feel like people will probably, I don't know, it could go either way. People could probably be less willing to, like, really commit or even more willing to really commit. Because it's just like, if you go through something, it's like, oh, well, this thing's only supposed to be lasting 90 days. It's not serious anyway. So, I could do whatever. Or it could be like, it's 90 days. I could chill for 90 days.
Which is the idea. That's the beauty of it. It's just like, yo, enjoy this for what it is.
Right.
Enjoy every day of this. Because I know personally, coming across situations, you like, yo, I don't think I could deal with this forever.
Right.
But so I gotta dead it on like day 11. You know what I mean? As opposed to, yo, this doesn't have to go forever. This is only going for this long.
Right.
Yeah, why not?
I feel that.
Like the story I was going to tell you is like, because every once in a while I realize that I'm getting older.
Every once in a while?
Yeah. I mean, like, not that.
You're only as old as you feel, right?
I mean, you wake up in the morning, right? And you're like, dang, something hurt. I must have slept wrong. Like, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about, like, I'm in the grocery store and I was buying some condoms. Okay. Right? And
I didn't want to think about that.
Here's the thing. It's not even about that. It's about the quantity.
Okay.
When I was enthusiastic and full of energy, I would get like the Costco joints. Right? And the other day, it was like, I think I bought like 12, whatever they come, something like that. And I'm like, you know what? This is a little ambitious. That's how I felt about it. I was like, I don't know what you think about that. That's where I was at. And
you're not having a hot boy summer.
I mean, that's the thing about it. That means something completely different to me.
Right.
At 34.
I feel you.
Yeah, I mean, like it was just kind of like, man, this is kind of a lot. What are you about to do with all of these?
What's
up? Nah, but
like, who are you?
But I'm in the grocery store and they keep all of that behind the glass. Mm-hmm. So you got to like ask the pharmacist.
Okay.
Nice looking younger black lady. And I'm like, oh, can you open this for me real quick? Sure. So I expect her to open it and then like step back. And then she's like, what you need? I'm like,
Oh man, that's funny.
All right. Them Jones to the left. She's like, these extra large joints? Nah. No, not them. And I feel her looking at me now, like, yo, can you relax? All right, like it should be enough that I'm practicing safety out here. Yeah, I mean, there was a time when I said things like, condoms are for dirty people and teenagers. Yeah,
my gosh.
But now here I am, what was I supposed to? I know these. Oh, okay. Hand it to me. I'm like, this is crazy. I was about to call Acme, yo. Like
about to get your Karen on.
Y'all need to fix some policies out here, man. That's crazy.
I gotta speak to a manager.
I don't need this judgment, yo.
Can I speak to a manager?
I don't need this. Man.
Yo, that's hilarious.
But like I said, it just be stuff like that where it's just these little things. And I'm like, yo, you a whole 30? You about to be 35 soon.
Sheesh.
About to be 35.
You out here,
man,
getting older.
Look, yo. So, went to Atlanta for the homie's birthday, right? Mm-hmm. Very 35.
Very 35.
The entire weekend.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
35. Like,
everybody got families.
Like whole families, like multiple children, like your kids in preschool and all that. Like, yeah. And the one homie, he like, yo, no, I still got the energy, I still got it. And I'm like, no, you don't, and it's okay.
Right.
Like you don't even got to try. You don't
gotta act like,
bruh, we can go to a museum. I mean, like, we can totally do. Like we went to the World of Coca-Cola.
That's dope.
And I believe that's not what you said the first time I mentioned that to you. You said that's cute.
Did I say that?
You said that's cute, and I'm like, exactly. That's where we're at. And that's where we are.
Y'all doing the cute stuff.
And we're going into cute things.
I mean, listen, grow.
We on our way to a nightclub. It's like 11:35 p.m. You know what I mean? And I glance over, and my man looking through engagement rings. And I'm just like, yo, we done out here, yo. Like, it's over.
It's over.
It's super over,
Pack
and that's
it up.
okay. Like,
Pack up the picnic basket. Time to take it to the crib.
It's all good. Like, we can totally, go skeet shooting and hoop.
Axe throwing.
All of that.
Y'all could barely hoop. You stay with an injury.
Yo, that's crazy. This was It's light slander? Wow. Listeners.
It was so crazy. I got a hiccup real quick.
Sheesh. I mean, it's true, but my goodness.
I was just saying.
I'm
just saying.
Folks get mad when you stay home from work. That's crazy. Wow.
I'm just saying, maybe y'all should switch over to
what you doing? I'm at home.
To the milder sports. Maybe y'all should do like some chess.
Play ping pong or something?
Yeah.
Yo.
Backgammon.
Yo. Chess, old man chess in the park is crazy. That's such a leap. That's when you know it's a wrap. When you meet your old heads at Dunkin' Donuts and y'all all got the paper out. That's crazy.
Oh,
wow, man. I wasn't even ready for that. My goodness. Yo, I saw multiple exes at Ruth's picnic.
Ooh.
But I saw like the first girl I ever fell in love with. And we both got gray hairs. Like,
wow.
It's wild, yo. It was so wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like The Notebook.
Yo, nah, it wasn't The Notebook. Nah, she's an entire lesbian. Like,
oh.
Yeah. It wasn't none of that. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like, yo, you definitely like girls. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean.
But it was just crazy because it was like.
I feel like no, that's not true. Never mind.
What was you about to say? You was about to say something crazy. You about to say something wild.
No, I wasn't.
Okay. I wish y'all could see her face. Like a kid that got caught snatching a cookie. It's just crazy. But yeah, it was dope though. It was just like, yo, like, oh wow. Like, it's good to see you. Love and appreciation.
It's a nostalgia thing. I've been really super huge on nostalgia the last couple weeks, and I think it's because my world tour was kind of winding down a little bit. You know what I mean? Coming off of like all of that, and finally like getting my brain back to the place where it's just like about to go back corporate.
Reality.
About to go back corporate. Like, I've been living the entire dream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just. I've been real big on nostalgia and just people, places, things, pictures, music, just like completely taking me to another place and like really remembering it and like
I tell people
embracing the moment
all the time. Like, I hope that you never go through a long stretch of not working because you'll discover that working is trash.
Working is trash. But I feel like I definitely picked the right place this time. Like, I feel like it's about to be super lit.
Super lit, yo.
I told people that I would like kind of explain how all of that happened because it was crazy. So I told people I would explain like how it kind of manifested because I was definitely in a place a few months ago where it's like I'm never going corporate ever again. Like, I'm going to put my all into my podcast and I'm going to like just go into business for myself and I'm gonna just make it work and I'm gonna just trust my skills and my abilities and I'm gonna make something shake and I'm gonna survive. That was definitely the mindset. And then you had tweeted about, what was it, the art of happiness?
Oh yeah.
I feel like you tweeted about the art of happiness or something like that in the book club. And I was just like, I didn't even say put me in or anything like that. I was just like, how you get in the book club? How you get in the book club? Literally like 3 minutes later, it was like, hey y'all, this is my cousin Preesh. She in the book club now. And I was like, oh, all right, well.
You was fronting like you wasn't trying to be personal.
You know what I mean? All right. I'm in the book club now. That's what's up.
This is what we reading.
Yeah, that's what we reading. All right, cool. Then I asked you like some questions on the side because I didn't want to sound crazy.
Yo, y'all, Preesh got questions.
Right, just put me out there.
Man.
But yeah, so that was that. I was in the book club. And where was I? Oh, I was in North Carolina with Najee. And we were literally in the mall and we were talking. And I was like talking to her about like if I went back corporate, what exactly I would want, what exactly I would want to do and stuff like that. And literally as I was talking to her, Coley, the homie Coley, she texted us in the group chat. Random. Mad random. Like, nobody had talked in the group chat in days. And she was like, if anybody knows a peep that is looking for a job in health media, let me know.
And he was like, I'm people?
Wow. I'm Peeps. Peeps is me. Hello. And at that point, I hadn't even met Coley yet.
Yeah, that's true.
I hadn't even met her yet. Like, I didn't even know her yet. Mm-hmm. And she was like, send me your resume. And I was like, bet. Cool. Because I hadn't even really been applying to stuff. I wasn't even really looking. Like, I was chilling. I was on cruise control. Listen, I was caught up on Billions. Like, watched the whole series. I just started watching it. Like, I was traveling, eating, and watching TV, and just waking up and doing exactly what I wanted to do every single day. Whether that was going to the gym, going for a walk, like whatever I wanted to do, I had that ability. But it just seemed like, all right, well, how could I not? How could I not? So me and Jay, you know, we did a once over on my resume real quick. Shout out to her. And I sent it to Coley. And then that was that, you know what I mean? She's lit. She's put it places. And literally, like, a couple weeks later, somebody on her team, like, literally, like, quit or left or whatever it was.
Oh, that's crazy.
Like, yeah. And she was like, oh, this person just left. She was like, I literally just handed your resume to my boss. They gonna call you. I was like, what? This is crazy. She was like, yep, gave it to her. She was impressed. They gonna call you. Lit. All right. So, like, the next couple of days, they called me.
Yo.
I was like, all right, cool.
Out here.
Literally, next week, they wanted to set up another, like, a in-person interview. But I was going to Costa Rica, and I was like, dang. I was like, I'm going to be in Costa Rica. And it was like, all right, well, you know, how about the next week?
Yo, I always wonder how that works, yo. Like, I'm sure they're interested, but then like, yo, you going to Costa Rica? Like, who are you? You know what I'm saying?
Right, that was my thing, though. They're going to be like, all right, we going to move on. But they didn't. They was like, all right, well, what about, I was like, well, what about the following week? I'll be back. But the person that was interviewing me, one of the people that was interviewing me, they were going to be out of town. And I was like, So they was like, what about the following week? And I was like, I'm going to be in Europe. And I was like, dang, they going to move on for sure now. Like, damn, they going to be like, no, sis.
Carmen San Diego.
Yeah, they going to be like, nah, no, she doing too much. We moving on. But no, they was like, all right. I got back. I was like, I'll be back the 9th. They was like, all right, interview the 11th. I was like, really? For real?
Like, seriously though?
I was like, all right, bet. Cool. So I came back literally right after Europe. Went to the interview. It was cool. Everybody was dope there too. I was like, oh, I could definitely be here. I was like, this is a flex. This is a move. This feels right. You know I'm real big on vibes. I was like, this feels right. Like, it all just felt right. Them waiting for me and everything. Like, it was crazy. So, later after that, I had cheer practice, like, right after. So, I was like, dang, I need to send my thank you emails. I was stressed about these thank you emails. I was like, I got to get my emails in. So, after practice, I was like, all right. I sat and I was doing them. And then, for some reason, messages always went to my trash. So in the midst of me sending my thank you emails, I went to my trash, and they was like, we want to extend an offer. And I was like, I got emotional.
Sure you did, yo.
I got mad emotional, and I was like,
baby girl's like, what's wrong?
Like, this, like, it was mind-blowing to me. Like, how it all just went, how it all just worked out. It just was like, this is literally for me. And it's like, it's really, you can really do exactly what you want. Yeah. Do you remember when I was telling you that, like, I thought that, you know, they was about to do layoffs and stuff, and I told you exactly what I wanted to do. I said, I'm going to travel for 6 months. I'm going to come back, I'm going to relocate, and I'm going to get a job. From all my travels, I realized that nowhere gave me what Philly gives me. So it's just like, I'm not going to move just to say I moved. But at the end of my 6 months, at the end of my tour, I literally came back and got a job.
You know what's funny, though? Like, people used to ask me before, like, yo, if you could live anywhere, where would you live? And I'm like, Philly. And they're like, no, for real, though. And I'm like, what you mean? I mean, Philly. They're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, yo, like, it's a special place. You know what I mean? And then, like, traveling around the world only... just
solidifies it.
Yeah.
It literally solidifies it.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I was looking for a thing in all these places. Like, I was looking, like, LA, Houston, Tampa, you know what I mean, North Carolina. I went all these places looking like, could I live here? Like, do I see myself living here? And all of the things that they had were cool, but I feel like I had all of those things in Philly and more. So it's just like, I would be crazy to leave. And I'm not a person that does stuff just to do it or say I did it. This is home base. You know what I mean? I got family here. Like, y'all are my family. So it's just like, why would I leave that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my mom wasn't the most fond of the idea of me, like, moving so far away either.
I'm sure.
So, you know.
Kibosh on that. You about to go where?
Right. Like, she supported it, but she really wasn't feeling it. But, side note, you know what's crazy? And I guess it's a mindset. I'm not really taking it personal, but I still think it's wild. It's like, through, like, the last 6 months of me traveling and all this other stuff, like, kind of the reactions from people. Like, how if I were of a different hue,
oh, you mean
I
like,
would be out finding myself.
Oh.
And this, that, and the third.
Oh.
But for this, it was just like, you doing something illegal?
Like, when you...
you got sugar daddy? Like, when you going back to work? Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like that was...
I mean, you know what that is, right? Like, that's just not... Like, for real, we typically aren't afforded the chance to dream. Yeah, I mean, you don't got time to find yourself.
Right.
Like, how many black people do you know that, oh yeah, I'm gonna take a year or two off from college, before college, and then I'm just gonna go backpacking through Europe. You know, my parents are paying for it. You know, all that kind of stuff. So we don't have that typically. So when you do anything that is like free spirited, quote unquote, I mean, people just be like, yo, what's up?
Right. Like, what you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Like, yo, I'm living, yo.
Right.
I'm living, like
people would be like, are you applying to jobs? Like, what do you want to do?
Like,
what
what?
do you want to do when you're done with this? It's just like, I'm going to do whatever is next.
Whatever's next. Yeah, like,
whatever's next. That's what I'm going to do.
I mean, I'm of the mindset that I could work anywhere.
Right.
Like, and whatever lifestyle that work affords me, then that's the life that I'll live. You know what I mean? Like, it's real fluid that way. You know what I mean? Like, but that's the other thing. You know, I met some dudes from Germany and Thailand, and basically that's all he did. Like, he'd go to a country, work for a little bit, stay there, and then move on to the next place. Like, that was his whole thing. Like, yeah, I'd make enough money just to travel to the next spot.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I'm just like, all right. Like, why can't...
Yeah.
Like, I think about that kind of stuff all the time, yo. Like, if I'm comfortable with, like, staying in hostels and stuff, like, how much money do I really need to do this? You know what I mean? Like, hostel in Thailand was like $5 a night.
Yeah, Thailand is so cheap.
Man, so it was just like, yo, I don't need... even the joint I was staying at in Brazil, I think was like 20, something like that. So if it's, you know,
I don't know if I could do a hostel though, but there's some really, really nice hostels.
Yeah, them joints be all that, yo.
There's some really, really nice hostels. They basically be hotels.
Yeah, that's the only type I stay in. I'm not trying, like the worst hostels I stayed at were in the U.S.
Oh, really? I can see that.
Yeah, like the first experience, I was just like, nah. I can't do this.
I feel like after traveling so much, I feel like kind of the worst of everything that's been in the U.S.
America crazy, right? America crazy. You be like,
America weak.
Money whack.
Yeah,
like,
for real.
You get caught up in these other people's lifestyles. Yeah, man. Because it's also when you see certain things up close and personal, it's just like, oh, I've basically been getting propaganda.
Yeah, definitely.
My whole life.
Like, telling me to be scared of going these places and things like that. Even like how, they paint these places where black and brown people live to be the most dangerous and where you need to look out and this, that, and the third. But honestly, being in Europe, that's the most uncomfortable I've ever felt. Like, they are rude. They are nasty people. Yeah. They stole my purse. They stole my money. They stole my credit cards.
My man, girl got they stole her purse too.
Yeah, one time I was in Copenhagen, they took her stuff. Like they took her purse. Like they the scammers. They the real scammers. Not where the black and brown people live. I be feeling super safe. Yeah. In Paris, it was mad sketchy. Like don't be fooled. Listen,
I don't even know if there wasn't any place where like I felt uncomfortable. A lot of times it was just kind of like, everything, like everybody was happy. Like, I mean, basically it's like, in Cuba it was, y'all complain about y'all government too. You know what I mean? Like, it was that.
There's always something to find relatable.
Yeah, and people, they were saying beforehand, they were talking about, like, the poverty, but I'm like, nobody's homeless. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has something to eat to begin with.
Right.
And, people live, what I would call a, austere. Life? Yeah, simple lifestyle.
Minimalist.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, even
like,
that,
you can be content with what you have. You don't need all the extra stuff.
How mad you gonna be when the beach right there? Like that's how I feel about that. A lot of places though, and it's just kind of like, all right.
Listen, sunshine and the beach will keep you happy.
But that was the one thing. Like we met one dude, and he was just kind of like, "Yo, I'm all about my music and my art and anything like that." And then his homie was just kind of like, "No, we gotta fight." Like she was a little more militant. But it's just like anywhere I've been, it just kind of people are people, and they just deal with those circumstances, and they're not that different. Like people, you can't drink the water in Mexico. Like, well, you can't drink the water in Flint either.
Okay.
So I mean,
you can't drink it, you can't bathe in it, you can't do anything with the water in Flint.
All kinds of stuff, like it just gets more and more relatable. And then I come home and, it's Philly. Like, Philly is something special. I
agree. The food, the art, the culture. There's always things to do. Like, I really, love Philly. And I can't, lie. It was a time where I would just be like, I'm getting out of Philly. But then, the older I get and the more,
It's because you come outside, yo.
The more I get to appreciate it, I really do appreciate Philly for exactly what it is. Like, everything it is and everything that it's not.
Yeah, the people... I've come to appreciate that the people who hate the city tend to stay in the house. If all you do is watch the news and see, 8 people killed in this or whatever, if you don't see the brighter sides of this, because for real, I mean, violence happens everywhere. That's the other thing. Violence happens everywhere.
There's scammers everywhere.
Everywhere doesn't have a Liberty Bell. You know what I mean? For example, everywhere
you can't get a chicken cheese steak on an Omarosa roll. I mean,
they be trying too. I'll be so mad. When I see a Philly somewhere. I'll be like, yo, come on, dog.
It just be like a steak on a hot dog
bun. Relax.
With cheese whiz. Ugh.
Please stop.
Please
stop.
Yuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it is like you said, it's like we're not allowed to be dreamers. And I feel like I lived the dream, and now I feel like I'm ready to go back to work, and I'm excited to go back to work. Yo. And I'm literally about to do exactly what I want to do. Like it really worked out just like that.
That's what I always like. If anybody ever gets laid off, right? So if you can collect unemployment, if you get a severance package, anything like that, if you can afford to, don't rush back to work. Like, take your time and really figure out what you want to do. Because every day we get caught up in this rat race of, I got to wake up at this time and be to work and then come home. And you get to a point where you're not really living, yo.
Right.
You're not really living. Like, you're going, even if you love your job, it's still a job.
True.
So it's just a matter of keeping that in perspective.
And I mean, even with that, like, even when I was working and stuff like that, before I had got laid off and everything happened, I still did stuff outside of work that served me. Like the podcast, like coaching cheerleading. Like, I feel like it's important to, I mean, I know people be tired when they get off work and stuff like that. I know people give their all throughout the day. But I feel like it's important to have something outside of that. You know what I mean? It's important to be something outside of that.
Like, my only thing with that is that's what it's supposed to be. Like, obviously we need money. Right?
It's a vehicle though.
Yeah.
It's a vehicle because honestly, while I was traveling, I was living off of very little. Like, outside of my bills, like, people think I spent so much traveling. I really, really didn't. I really, truly did not.
That's the thing of it, yo. And that's what I'll be trying to get at. It's just, like, all right, you know, I'll be out here a little bit. Mm-hmm. And if my job didn't also allow me a certain amount of freedom, I wouldn't work there. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm allowed to, I kind of got, you know, like a certain level of autonomy, and I'm around the city all the time, and it changed my perspective. Like, I just can't, yo. I really can't. Like, I was talking about the other day, like, yo, if I got another job, I would need even less responsibility and more money.
Oh, wow.
Like, I would need, like, it would have to be crazy. Like, basically, people would have to, I don't even know if it exists.
But you've been there so long.
It's not even just that. It's just, like, it's kind of like a mentality thing. Because everybody that worked there don't quite got the, you know, same laid back thing that I got. But it's just, I don't want to have to constantly plan the rest of my life around work. Yeah. So it just be like, nah, I'll come into work for the rest of this. Like, that's the different thing of it. That's the, yeah, I mean, like, you know how many times have I said it, like, people be like, yo, I gotta go work in the morning. And I'm like, that's never a good excuse to not have fun. You know what I mean?
You never let that be it. Be like, I gotta work. So, like, what does that mean? What is that? How does that answer my question? So that means you.
Yo, we was out at the Henny thing on last Tuesday.
Oh, right, the cognac appreciation. I'm sorry I missed that. Oh man, it's a neon one piece Henny kind of summer.
Yo, I try to explain to people, like, I wasn't a Henny guy.
I mean, you was down with the mixtures. It was lots of mixtures.
Like, in the progression of things, it started, like, my go-to drink used to be 151.
Oof.
And then it was like, I used to love cranberry and vodkas.
Oof.
And then it got...
I feel like after the age of 24, you shouldn't be drinking vodka.
It depends, like...
Like, what are you drinking vodka for after 20?
I've had vodka, yeah. It depends. Like,
yeah.
Like, there's definitely...
Unless it's a martini. It's like no reason.
I mean,
or a Long Island.
Moscow mules, things of that nature.
Nah.
Like, it's, you know... But I went to Henny Palooza.
I've never been to a Henny Palooza or just a Palooza.
Nah, let me take that back, because that would be hating. It's just, it's not like Duce Palooza is definitely not what Henny Palooza was. I never told you the story about Henny Palooza.
When y'all went and it was just like
all the Henny. They ran out of mixers.
That's when y'all went in New York, right?
Yeah.
I remember that because you sneaked me in live.
Huh? What?
You didn't tell us about it at all. We just seen you on the timeline, and it was just like, oh wow, that's what we're doing.
Was that before I hadn't started inviting y'all to things yet? I admit that. We were all in different places.
Shady.
We were all in different places. Look, the thing of it was, right, you know, like, I used to just see hashtag Henny Palooza and not know anything about anything. And I'm like, yo, I think this joint might be something to go to.
Right.
And the homie from New York is like, nah, I don't think New York really care about this joint no more. I'm like, listen, I don't even know what it is.
Right.
I just know it's like $40, $30 or $40, something like that. And I see people talking about it. I think we should investigate. Mm-hmm. And then we got there, and it was an open bar of Henny from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Sheesh.
And they did not run out of Henny.
That sounds like a very bad decision.
And it was
That sounds like a horrible decision.
It was
I drink Hennessy and it sounds like a horrible decision.
It was a turning point in my life. Is what it was. Because
that sounds like
all of a sudden I understood everything I needed to know about Henny. I was like, this is what Henny does? This is what Henny does?
Henny is a good time. It's like a great time, and in the morning you can still live your life.
Oh, this is Henny. Henny is a unifier. It brings people together. I'm Henny.
Unless it's live. I can't drink Henny for nothing, child. She'll get you kicked out of somewhere.
Yeah. That's definitely a thing, though.
She's a wild bull.
That's definitely a thing.
Getting smart with Uber drivers.
The different effects that alcohol has
on different people.
Yeah, because I didn't understand beer drunk until it was like the year of the World Cup, and Bud Light was doing events all around the city, giving out like free Bud Light. And I always drink free. I don't even drink beer, but I drink free.
Yuck.
So it was like,
I don't even drink free beer. Not even at the Heineken events. I don't drink beer.
I mean, they be having mixed drinks for free too.
I didn't know that.
Depending on the venue.
I didn't know that.
Sometimes they hit you with the free. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
What's the next one?
Jadena is coming up.
Oh.
Jadena.
I actually like him. He's alright. I like a few of his songs.
I feel like I could find
Long Live the Chief.
A woman that will cleanse my aura with crystals there.
What?
That can put me on to some very solid incense scents. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, make you some good friends.
Yeah. I mean,
how do you make friends in adulthood?
Oh, segue.
All crazy.
Let me see. Like, you know what? Like, I asked you.
I feel like.
Go ahead, y'all.
I feel like adulthood is very. I feel like the only way that you can really make genuine friends in adulthood is through friends that you already have, or work. That's it.
It's tough, yo.
And if you in a relationship,
I don't even like my coworkers like that.
That narrows it down even more.
The interrelationship part is what sparked the convo, because basically, like, one of my married female friends is not allowed to be my friend anymore, even though our relationship was very much purely platonic. And I was just kind of like, yo, that's crazy. Like,
but you know, a lot of men don't believe in like platonic relationships.
They don't, because I did a poll, and Bowles was like, nah, nope. What you mean?
What did the poll say? Wait, I didn't see that one.
Huh?
What did the poll say?
Oh no, this wasn't. This was definitely like a text message situation.
Got it.
Because I was like, I'm not going to expose people to this level of ignorance is what I would call it. But no, it's just I went to some cookouts around Memorial Day, and I realized, these are the same people that I've been seeing at these cookouts for years now. Mm-hmm. And if I show up to the married homies' cribs, this is what I expect.
Right. And I mean, that's because, they're all very in their established relationships and marriages and things like that. And you can't be bringing a random single woman around all the married men.
Which is crazy. That's a crazy thought process to me, yo. Like, it's all, like, I totally understand where you know this dude from. Like, I get it. Mm-hmm. Like, because a lot of times it's you can't have friends, it's that.
Right.
Now, me personally, I'm like, you trying to cheat? Like, it's not going to be no, like, I'm not, like, let's get right to what I'm trying to be on. But it's like, nah, you should be able to have these relationships with people because you're going to meet them.
I mean, if it's not an already established friendship before marriage, like, where they come from?
That's what I'm saying. You're not going to make no friends for the rest of your life?
No, my friends are your friends. My friends are your friends. And even work friends is a little sketchy. They got to be thoroughly vetted.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So basically, you have closed yourself off for the entirety of your life after you say I do. And that's why.
Is that a bad thing, though?
Yeah. What?
Is it a bad thing? I mean, y'all can make, and maybe not even that. Y'all can make married friends.
That's what I'm saying. Like the whole,
why you need more friends?
That's so wild. Nobody ever asked that.
I'm your best friend now. Like, when that movie is like, look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain now. Yeah, look at me. Look at me. I'm your best friend now.
Listen, here's the thing, right? But
you could keep all the friends you had before.
You can.
Just not no new friends.
No, you can't. You know why?
No,
because what happens is they get into their relationships and then they get into their own little things. And I was just talking to some coworkers about that. Yeah, man, they're like, I haven't seen my best man in 30 years. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like,
that's crazy.
It's like, all of a sudden these people get married and you talk to the neighbors, you got some friends at work, but those people how many people do you know, once they get in a relationship, they tend to fade away from their friendships? I mean, it's kind of inevitable, right? Because
you're like kind of putting energy into that, and it's like your friendships are established. So if y'all are good friends, then y'all gonna be friends regardless.
It gets quote unquote harder because of kids, or all of a sudden that thing that you would have went to with your friends, now you go with bae, whatever. True. Like all of that kind of stuff happens, right?
I mean, there's options like my best friend, she's in a relationship now, and
this sounds so crazy. Like, this approach is crazy.
And I sent him custody papers. We gotta come to an agreement.
Visitation rights.
Yeah, we gotta come to an agreement. And he agreed. He signed them papers, and we got an understanding.
That's what I'm saying. Though. It's like, all right, you know what it is. I've realized that for me, I've never wanted anything like that. Meaning, like, for me, like...
But the crazy thing is, even without a relationship, you disappear for months at a time?
That's why I started the book club, for example. Like, me disappearing for months at a time was very much about... a balance of
getting them chakras aligned.
In the summertime I'll be out here.
Yeah, for sure.
And then
wild bull.
And in the wintertime, it's like, all I want to do is go to work and go to the gym. So I'm trying to get myself physically, mentally, spiritually together.
Yeah, you skinty this summer. You was working hard over the wintertime.
But I've also determined that, yo, you can't do that. Like, I can. But people express to me, like, yo, I don't even know where you be at. You know what I mean? I ain't seen you in X. I was like, all right, so let me try.
Whenever I get worried, I pull up, so.
So let me try to find ways to be closer with people. So this year it was like, yo, come through for dinner. I'm going to make y'all dinner.
Oh, yeah, that was dope.
You know what I mean? I'm going to do this book club.
Had the charcuterie board.
Yo, I'm going to do this. So I'm trying to figure out, like, yo, if I'm not drinking, if I'm not trying to necessarily be outside.
You don't feel like being a wild bull.
How can I still...
be present in the people's lives.
And
that care about
that was my whole
you.
thing. And that was my whole thing. I want to be more present. Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing about it. It's just like people assume that once you get into a relationship, then it's natural for everything else to fall to the back burner. And I'm like, nah, I want everything here at all times.
Right.
Like, you don't necessarily got to be best friends with my friends,
right?
But you're gonna be present.
I understand that. I mean, it's a little difficult though, especially like I could speak from like a woman's point of view. When you are dating somebody who's like, they ain't trying to hear that friend stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't care how long you know them. Like with the like some guys really believe like with the opportunity. They don't care how long you knew somebody, what the nature of the relationship's been. If it was never like that.
What does that say about what men think about men?
If they have the opportunity, if the opportunity presented itself, they would be right at you and the friendship would be off the door. And I don't agree with that.
What does that say about what men think of themselves? You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Like, but that's the thing about it. Like, it's not even just about that for me. It's about, yo, I respect your relationship. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't even, like, why would I even come at you like that, knowing that you're in a relationship?
But also, you trying to cheat?
No, you trying to cheat is me saying to a stranger, like, I'm not talking about people that I know personally.
Oh, okay. No, you can cheat with strangers, not the people you know.
I don't know them.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, I mean, a lot of this is fairly past tense, yo. A lot of it, but it's just like I've always been about being as direct as possible. So if I got any intentions on anything else besides friendship, then it's like, yo, what's up?
It's gonna be known.
Yeah. And I don't believe in that. Like, bulls on the street, and you like, yo, what's up? Let me get your number. No, I got a boyfriend. First of all, I hate that.
Why?
Because I'm never like, no, I got a girl. I just be like, no, I'm good.
Do women typically ask you for your number though? I feel like guys,
sexy,
it's
yo.
like...
Hold on, wait. Listen, hold on. Let me address something real quick. I appreciate how my female friends, my family, don't acknowledge the fact that other women are attracted to me. Like, I get it, yo. It's okay. Like, they very much see me as big cuz, older brother, chipmunk. It's a bunch of different things. I mean, like, it's cool. And it's this very familiar thing. Joes be at me, yo.
Do they?
Absolutely.
I mean, all right.
Yeah, I mean, like, yo.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not even trying to guess it.
It's okay. Talk your stuff. Talk heavy.
It's been that way for a while.
Okay, what I'm talking about.
All right. I mean, I just be chilling. I don't tell all my stories. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
You know what I mean? Cool. We talk about, elevating spirit and all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't tell you about that.
You don't tell me about your wild bull excursion.
I don't tell you about it.
I honestly don't want to hear about it.
You don't need to know.
I don't need to know. I don't think I don't want to.
I don't need to know none of it. Yo, no. It's cool.
You just telling me that you was in the store buying condoms was like too much for me.
Yo, for real. When I
like that was already too much. I was like, I don't like none of this.
Here's the thing, right? Like, when it comes to you and other members of the family, I feel like we can have a mature adult discussion about certain things.
I'm not interested.
With that said, I'm never going to get into like the detail of it.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Like, it's unnecessary.
I appreciate
But again, I also understand that's very much the reason, you know what I mean? Y'all be like, really? Really?
Really?
Girls like you? You're like, huh?
Who?
No. And I'm like, yo, I know that's what that is. It doesn't bother me at all.
That's
Like,
too funny. I mean, I feel like there's been a couple times we've been like in functions and I see people like eyeing you and I'm just like, what are they looking at? It's like, what does she want?
I mean,
you know her?
yeah, man, it's cool.
Why she all in your beak?
It's cool. It's that, right? It skip over all of the, she thinks my cousin is attractive, right to protection. I mean, that's cool. It's all right, yo.
Yeah.
It's all right. Maybe, you know what some of it is? Maybe it's because, like, men express the thirst immediately. Yeah, I mean, they be like, yo, I seen Pre on the gram.
What?
I'll be like, yo, relax. Like, you calm down.
Wait, who's checking for me?
It don't even matter. It don't even matter.
No, I mean, you
matter.
If you asking Tim about me, just hop in my DMs and
no, here's the thing. No. we add a point. Right? Yeah. Where if I thought they was worthy, I'd have been like, oh, go ahead.
Don't worry. I feel that. I respect that, and I appreciate it.
I mean, it's on the com, it's always been that way. For real.
Right.
With you and Lala.
Interesting.
Always been that way. For real, yo, you know what's crazy? My female friends, they do be like, yo, Tim be hating. I be like, yeah, because they not worthy. Like, all right.
You know what? I appreciate that.
If I thought it was the case otherwise, I'll put you over, which I have done before.
No, you haven't.
With not you, but
okay.
with other people. You know what I mean?
Where's your good guy friends at, Tim?
Listen, man, boys married out here, yo.
Yeah, that's true.
Boys married, boys in long-term relationships.
This is true. Yeah.
It's all of that.
It's cool. You know, my time will come. I ain't tripping. I'm enjoying life. I'm enjoying my singleness. I can't even hold you. But yeah.
My thing is like,
I feel like I'm gonna meet my king at a cookout.
Just picnic.
In my neon green. He gonna be like, there's my neon green queen, and it's just gonna be
City Girls gonna play. Megan gonna play.
Yep. It's all gonna make sense.
You know what I'm terrified of, yo? Like, this whole thing with this friendship stuff is that that was part of it. It's like, yo, I'm terrified of having whack cookouts. Like, at some point, you get to and also I feel like friends.
Remember that luau?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tim had this luau cookout situation that was so lit. Like, we need another one of those. I mean, even though I was about to fight some grown men at the end.
Oh, yeah.
That was wild. But outside
somebody
of that...
stole a bottle? Like, not steal. Like, yo, first of all, you know, if I bring a bottle to a cookout, it stays there.
Oh, you know what we should do?
Like,
we should do our cookout do's and don'ts real quick.
Oh, we just slide right into those?
Yeah.
I was about to say some other things.
Oh, about the friendship?
Yeah.
I mean, you can. And then we could talk about the do's and don'ts of the cookout.
Like, my only thing is, I always feel like friendships are an example and an extension of growth. Okay. And so it's
meaning? What do you mean by that?
Meaning, all right, there was a time when I didn't do yoga. Now I do yoga. Now I have yoga friends.
Got it.
Yeah, I mean, and so it's like, yo, you come across these people all the time. Like, you come across new people in new scenarios as you grow all the time. And for example, if I don't make friends with Coley, then we don't have this beautiful situation that we have now.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, why would I cut myself off from all of that because I have a wonderful relationship? Why wouldn't I be like, yo, this is my new friend? And this is the crazy part, right? So I was talking about this with somebody, and they was like, yo, no, like, if you had an art thing and you meet, you know, like an art joint, and you're like, yo, you should come hang out with me and my wife. I'm like, yeah, now you a swinger.
Yeah, that's what that sounds like.
That's what people assume.
Then you got Cuba.
That's what.
And a throuple. We got a throuple in Cuba.
But that's the thing about it. I don't want to give off those vibes all the time just because I'm willing to be friends with people.
True.
Yeah,
I mean, but you always look like you on some type of like polyamorous date.
What? All right.
Like all the time. Like last summer, you always with. Man, you was like.
I'm what? I don't like the where this is going.
Yo, you want a date? Kinda.
I don't be on dates, yo.
You don't be on dates? It be looking like dates.
Listen.
But then me knowing you, I'm just saying it looks like from outside, it looks like dates. But me knowing you, I know that you just have close friendship.
Last summer, I had an entire girlfriend that I was extremely faithful to.
I know.
And and I was talking about this too. Like I'd be at day parties, like talking to women about the situation with my girlfriend.
I know.
Yeah, and that's actually how I became cool with several different people that I'm cool with now. It was just like they was talking about their dude, I was talking about my girl. They're like, "Yo, what you gonna do? You gonna move to Dallas?" You know what I mean? Like all this, invested and all crazy. But that's the thing of it too. Is just even at the Caribbean thing, I was just at like, "Yo, these are my friends." Oh, it's your birthday? Yo, we should drink. It's her birthday too. We all doing shots. Mm-hmm. Yo, these are my other friends. Yo, this is my man D's, the best bartender in the world. Like,
he is though.
He is though.
Black bearded bartender.
But that's the
thing.
Ain't
that
Yeah. But it's just like that's the thing about it. It's a constant networking, constant. Building your tribe, all that kind of stuff. Like, people always ask me, like, yo, how do you be knowing about this thing or that thing? And I'm like, because I know somebody that's into this or know somebody that's into that.
Right.
And they expand who I am.
Yeah, but then also you have situations where a person will have some new friends in a marriage or a relationship, and, when things go left or things go awry, you end up with a Lala and Carmelo having this outside baby situation.
I mean, all right.
Because people wanted to make friends in marriage.
There's two things with that, right? There's one is dealing with your own insecurities of, all right, do I have to worry about my significant other with this person of the opposite sex? And personally, I just don't got it. Like, I was in a long distance relationship. So it was just kind of like, yo, if I worried about that every day, I'd go crazy.
Right.
And I've just extended that into why ever worry. First of all, I'm dope. Second, I'm very secure in what this person is telling. Like, if I can't trust them.
Period.
Yeah, so.
Talk heavy. That's what I'm talking about.
Know
your worth, King.
So if I don't trust them, then, what am I even doing out here? That's that. And then.
I feel that.
The other thing is, like, even, like, after the fact, like, let's say, because, they always, that's the person they tell you not to worry about. Oh, that's just all right, I'm always going to be that. Like, always. Because if you say, oh, you don't got to worry about them, they never, ever got to worry about me, whether y'all relationship ends or not. Like,
right.
I don't ever want to give somebody else that.
A reason to be insecure.
Yeah, like I don't ever want to be
that. Listen, my life is super, super duper peaceful because I don't mess with people's men, their food, or their money.
Like, that's the thing about it. Like, I've been on this like journey of like I used to be all about the drama. I used to love it. Like,
I used to get brought into it. I ain't never loved it.
Yeah, I love it. Like, what? But, just getting to a place where it's just like, yo, I don't want it. I enjoy my peace. Although, recently I discovered, sometimes, a little spice, a little spice here and there. Like, still got growing to do.
Okay.
But, but, yeah, like, at the end of the day, it's wanting to be able to do, like, this picnic thing that I want to do. Is just, yo, let me be able to constantly reach out and introduce new people to old people, and have them create their own things.
Yeah.
And then,
I mean, cause me and Coley, that was kismet.
Yo, that's it. I mean, and then the other thing is just like and then re-solidifying other relationships. It's just that's the thing that got me. And like, while I always understand where people coming from, with, you know what I mean, like, nah, no new friends or whatever, I just be like, yo, all new friends. Like, what you mean?
I mean, I can honestly say that my old friends and my new friends add so much to my life. I feel like the older you get, the more people can add to your life.
Absolutely. Because you know yourself better, too.
Exactly. You know yourself better, and it's just like, as you're growing and you're going into those new spaces and, you know what I mean, you're expanding your horizons and you're more enlightened, you come into contact with people that are more like you in your adulthood. You know what I'm saying? And they can add more to you because they also have these things, and they have, you know, what you working toward, too, when you in these spaces. So it's dope to have a mix of the, you know, the old faithfuls and, you know what I mean, the new friends too. It's lit.
Do's and don'ts. You know what's crazy? Like,
wait, but pause for the cause before we do the do's and don'ts of the cookout. We could end the show with that. But do you feel like Carmelo and Lala are wrong for just supporting the kid with, well, monetarily?
I'm gonna tell you, I don't even know all the details of it.
So apparently, from what I've read and seen and stuff like that, and nobody really knows because they haven't said anything.
Carmelo had an outside baby.
I don't know if he was because I've seen two different things. I've seen that he cheated, and I've seen that he was on break. But in marriage, it ain't no break in marriage. You can have a break in a regular relationship. You can't have no break in marriage unless y'all separated legally.
I feel like you wildin', yo.
Yeah, but he had the baby, and like she left, and I guess she's in the process of taking him back, but people were saying that she's not accepting the baby, so he's just like giving the child's mother money.
No, you gotta be out.
And
no, just break up.
That's where I'm at with it. Like, I feel like if she does forgive him, I know it's gonna take a while, but at some point she would have to accept the child. Unless she's just out. And, you know, it's his responsibility. It's his responsibility to create a relationship between the son and the new daughter. That don't got nothing to do with Lala. That ain't her responsibility.
I know, like, everybody, like, yo, outside.
Like, I wouldn't be trying to hear none of that. Listen, you know me. I'm not trying to hear none of that. You have a kid on me, I think that's kind of like the only thing that'd be like, oh, worry.
I don't remember. I probably told the story before, but basically that was kind of the situation in reverse with my grandparents.
Oh, right. And that's the thing, too. Like, what if she would have had a baby on break? Like,
everybody would have been like,
yo, she was pregnant right now. Exactly. Like, I feel like it's so different the other way around.
But I mean, like, for me, if a woman told me that, yo, all right, you can pay child support, but I don't want you to like be in the kid's life, or I don't want to be in the kid's life, I'm just like, oh, we just gotta break up. Like, that's where I'd be at.
Right.
You know what I mean? He wilding for having an outside baby.
Super wilding.
You know.
Got her out here looking crazy, man.
That's what it is.
That's my thing. That really be what it is. Like, don't have me out here looking crazy. Don't like, I'm riding for you. I support you. I love you. Like, yeah, we gonna have our rough patches. Yeah, it's gonna be ebbs and flows. You know what's crazy? But don't have me out here looking crazy.
I feel like rough patches always mean cheating.
Do they?
I think so.
I mean, when people be like, we've been through so much.
Yeah, it's always somebody was cheating.
No, it'd be more than that. You know what I mean? People be going to jail.
What's rough? All right. Okay.
People be losing parents and siblings. Like,
I don't think any of that.
Been through a lot. It's been through a lot.
Like, all right, as far as like rough patches, if somebody got locked up, if you
losing jobs,
if you did it, I'm probably out. Like,
really? I mean, it depends.
Like, what was you doing that you got locked up?
But it could be for a small period of time.
Nah, it don't matter. I'm out.
Really?
Yeah, and you should be out too.
What if she like a kingpin?
Yeah, be out, yo. You wildin'. Like, you wildin'. Like, it's just...
What if she's busting traps for you?
Let me always state that I absolutely do not want a ride or die. I do not want somebody that's going to quote unquote hold me down. I don't want none of that. Like, I'm cool.
Listen,
like,
the only person I write is my brother.
No, let me further. I'll take it a step further. Like, if a woman said to me like, "Yo, I just think you got so much potential," I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good, yo." Like, nah. Like, I totally want you to want me for what I have.
I mean, but you can love somebody in the moment and also see the potential in them as well. It's like I love who you are right here, but I know you have the potential to be even doper than what I see in front of you.
Define doper.
You're more dope now than when I first met you. And that's the fact.
I don't even like. You know, it's crazy. I've been running into all kinds of exes lately, right? And I've done that type of thing where I'm like, yo, maybe this person saw something in me then, and yeah, I mean, that's what, you know, they thought might happen later on down the line or whatever. But I also feel like, yo, some of these women that liked me then, like, you liked him? Like, that's how I be feeling.
What's wrong with you?
Like, what's wrong with you? And not even on some, like, on some, like, monetary type stuff. But just, like, the kinds of ideals that I had. Like, I wasn't about nothing, yo. Right. Like, I really wasn't about anything.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of what makes it easy for me, like, now to, like, not go back to exes and stuff or not talk to people that I used to talk to. Because it's just, like, I'm not even that person anymore. Like, you don't even know me for real. Yeah. And, like, the things that you're going to expect of me, like, it literally is embarrassing.
Like, I don't got
like, it's literally embarrassing. Yeah. So I don't need no parts of that.
Like, I'm very much, like, the thing I always say with that stuff is just like, yo, all of that, the journey, like, you can hold me accountable for all of it. And I hold myself accountable for all of it. It's just very much a journey that I'm still on. And I'm just trying to be better. And so if you knew me back then and you still expect that, or you want to make reference to that, you can. But that's not where I'm at all. Right. That's not where I'm at all no more.
And I feel like that's part of, like, healing, too. Like, if you take the time to really, like, get over a situation, like, honestly, truly get over it, not just avoid it, because there's no healing in avoidance. If you take the time to, like, really get over it and, like, think about what went wrong, what went right, how you can improve and things like that, and you come to an understanding within yourself about situations, when they come back around, you're on a whole different wavelength. Like, you're not talking about, like, how they hurt you.
None of it, yo.
You're not talking about, like, why it went wrong, whose fault it was, because you don't even care about that stuff no more because you've already dealt with it.
And I don't know, some of that is, like, that's easy for me to do because a lot of times I said the hurtful things. Like, I did the...
Really?
Yeah. I was wilding, yo. That's what I'm saying. I was wilding. Like,
I'm so hot in this one piece. Yo.
Hot girl summer.
Literally, yo. I'm on fire. Yo. Listen, I'm so hot. I've been hot all day. I don't know why I put on this spandex, yo. This is a
limited time attire.
My feet don't even sweat, but my sneakers got wet in Paris. And my feet been so hot all day, and I was at Kiara's house earlier, and I seen her put powder on her sneakers the other day, so I thought that I wanted to do it. So I thought I wanted to do it too, because you know I don't even wear sneakers for real.
It looked like you was river dancing in gravel.
I put all this powder in my sneakers. I put way too much. I was like, dang, I think I put too much.
Flintstone coming home from
I
work.
was literally like walking down your block and like powder was like, it looked like I had smoke bombs in my sneakers. Like it was pyrotechnics. I here looking stupid. Like, my black sneakers are literally white right now because it's all the powder that I put in them. Oh my gosh, childish. So childish. I feel like a kid. Oh my gosh. But
oh yeah. Outside they you just gotta be out, yo.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, how do you bounce? I don't feel like. I mean, back in like, I feel like our grandparents and great grandparents, I feel like that was a thing. Like, secret kids on both sides, like women having kids on the men having kids on the women, and them just like having blended families and stuff. But especially them being in such a public light, I just can't see
the publicity is what do it
that,
all the
like,
time, yo.
Bouncing back from that. And I don't feel like she should have to like accept no kid that he went out and did that. Like, maybe she could do it within some time, but people just expecting him to be like, okay, like, welcome this kid with open arms. Like, no, like, that's not even real. People be so mature when it's not them, yo. Like, people be so mature when they're not in a situation. It's like, you legit don't know what you would do until you are facing a thing. Like, people got opinions all day, all night of what's right, what's wrong, but you really don't know, and you can't blame people for how they process things.
The main thing I tell people all the time with any of that is just like, yo, I'm not going to tell you what you should do. Like, you tell me who you want to be, and then I'm going to ask you if the actions that you want to pursue
are conducive
with that. And if you tell me, all right, yeah, then all right, whatever you want to do, yo. That's where I be at with it. Like, really, whatever you want to do. Like, as long as you're not physically harming yourself or others.
Because people gotta live with their decisions. Nobody gotta live with your decisions but you.
If you wanna operate from the petty and hurt after you get cheated on, rock out, yo.
Listen, it be like this. Listen, we know I've operated.
Man, like,
I've been the smooth and unsmooth operator in that situation.
You gonna end up in jail, yo? No? Alright.
Right. You gotta ask yourself those questions. Like, you got stuff to lose. You can't really, you know what I mean? You can't wow out like you really want to wow out. But growth, you know? 'Cause I'll never be in that situation again. I'm saying never. I'll never be in that situation again. So, yeah. But I feel like we could close out with, like, our cookout do's and don'ts.
Yo, I feel like I don't know. I think I sent you some suggestions, but now I don't remember.
I don't think you did. I don't think we went into that.
Like, outside of, my biggest pet peeve is people taking their bottle.
What if it wasn't even open?
So, all right. And, I mean, like, I get it, yo. Like, I get it. Liquor is expensive.
I mean, for the most part, I'll leave my stuff, but...
Like, I've seen people... Oh, they didn't even touch my bottle and grab that joint and be out.
Yeah,
or take a bottle that they didn't bring.
Oh, no. See, that's wild. That's really wild.
Trade their bottle.
What?
Brought the E&J, took the... Yo, I brought E&J, but I'm going to drink all the Henny. Like, stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
that's kind of trash.
I mean, like, personally...
You can't do that.
I remember I had a conversation with my man, like, yo, you can't keep bringing the water. Like, you can't, like, dog.
Wow, cheat code.
I need you to bring a bottle the next time. But you know, in general,
I mean, you do need water though.
No, I mean,
it's a necessity.
Not like, yo, this joint $3, yo.
Yeah, sure.
Like, it's not even
you can do both.
Fiji or nothing. Yeah, like,
it ain't the Essentia.
Bringing out the ShopRite brand. It was
the
on
Pure
sale.
Bringing the Pure Life. I'm cracking up.
Come on, yo.
My thing is, like, my biggest pet peeve is when people try to cook the non-beef and pork products on the same, like, foil or grill. Like, you try to kill me. I was about you need to keep all that separate.
I was really about to address this because I knew it was something close and dear to your heart, like that you want to bring your box of turkey burgers.
Why can't I bring my turkey burgers?
Yo, just put it on. Yo, all right. So now I gotta put this on this whole other side. You come through regulating. In addition to
y'all know.
You know what I mean?
I feel like I come with the salmon burgers. I'll come with the turkey burgers. She kind of all the way feeding with the veggie burgers or the Beyond Meat
bring
joints.
a grill, yo. Bring a grill.
We gotta bring a whole grill.
Bring a small grill.
That's wild.
That's wild.
That's so wild.
So I think it's completely in bounds.
That's crazy. I feel like people accommodate us. People accommodate us, but don't take the pork off. Don't take the beef off and then put the turkey or the non-meat product on top of it.
You're asking for an accommodation for your accommodation. And it's cool. Like, all right, you know what I mean?
We're wild for that?
I didn't say y'all was wild. I'm saying I think it's wild that you in the do's and don'ts. Like, let me set some parameters. I think that's wild. You know what I mean? You know. Like, all right, you asking, you want people to accommodate your accommodation. Like,
I'm just saying, at least go get some new foil or something.
Can we get some whole grain buns? Can we get some?
I've brought whole grain buns to a function. Like, I've done all of that.
I'm just saying, bring a grill, yo.
I'm not bringing a grill.
Get you a little $25 joint.
I could cook out at the crib for all that.
But then you being antisocial. I'm not saying they can't cook it for you. They can cook it for you.
That's crazy.
I'm not saying you gotta bring your own charcoal or none of that. Yo, I'm gonna bring a grill.
I feel like I'm already giving up something that I want, because who really wants their food grilled on aluminum foil? I'm saying just put some aluminum foil in there. Everybody want the burn marks on their food for real, but I'm willing to give that up just so I can have food safety.
Yo, can you put me a portion of the grill for my turkey product? Be on time, yo. That's the thing for real. You know, look.
Wow.
No, I'm not even just talking about you. I'm talking about, yo, when the food gonna be done.
That's
you know how it be? That's when everybody pull up.
When the food gonna be done, that's when I'm coming.
The food done? Alright. So if you need your grill space, you show up early. You're an early attendee. You know what I'm saying?
No, man. I'm just
I mean, it's ways this can all get accomplished, y'all. If somebody
but who comes to the function as soon as it starts? You know I don't.
I mean, a lot. If
you tell me to be somewhere at 5, I'm showing up at
6:30, 7.
Accurate.
Yeah, I mean, but this is the thing. More often than not, if I can't remember the last cookout where something wasn't required of me. You know what I mean?
Interesting. What you mean?
For real. Because people know I'm the bull. So
you are the bull. So you always prepared.
Yo, you got the crazy extension cord?
So.
Like, we used to show, a couple summers ago, we would show up with everything. Like,
BYOE.
Like, we would really
bring your own everything.
Like, yo, can we use your backyard? And then we would show up with a grill.
Me and La definitely was plotting on your backyard this year.
What backyard? Not this backyard.
We were.
Oh, that joint super chalk.
Yeah. We were trying to have this slip and slide joint for her birthday.
Nah, here? You tripping.
Well, we know that.
What? Slip and slide joint. Here? No. Let me tell you something about Westmount area. It's none of them kind of functions happening over this
on your
joint.
Caucasian block.
Not even just because of that. Yo. We would even.
Cool.
We don't even got a square footage for the type of things.
Yeah, we we had the idea in the past.
Yeah. No, that's when, because listen, this picnic thing, right? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to hold it to like maybe 20, 25 folks, something like that. And I was consulting.
I feel like that's gonna be hard.
This the thing, right? So I was consulting with some, and they was like, "Yo, that's a lot of people." And I'm like, "Actually, it's fairly intimate for me."
Yeah, I want to see you keep it at 25. I don't see it happening.
Because there was a time, like, how many people we had at the 90s party? Like 45, maybe 60.
I feel like it was more than that.
60, something
maybe
like that.
60. And it was pouring down raining, and you still had 60 people there.
Ice storm. It was an ice storm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was an ice storm.
People died that day, literally on 76.
And people folks, still came out.
And that's how I used to be all the time. It was like, yo, if I'm doing anything, I had 60 people. On the timeline,
there've been a lot of people like, Tim, when you throwing another function?
Yeah,
the streets been asking.
I'm not throwing no more functions, yo. Not like that, anyway. Not like that. Maybe. It is one thing I wanted to do, but I was just like, yo, I gotta do something, and instead it's gonna be these little intimate things.
That's cool. I'm with that.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just gonna be like, yo, you come through this time, you come through the next time. If the
wait, we got alternate.
If the first time pop, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, yo.
As soon as I see something on the Insta story, I'm pulling up. You can try to not invite me if you want to. I'm straight pulling up.
I mean, listen, yo.
But
yeah,
ooh, another cookout. You can't, if you're invited, especially if somebody that you just know invite, not even the actual person that is throwing the cookout invited you. You can't pull up with 5 people. You can't pull up with 2 people. You may be able to pull up with one person because you may not know nobody else in the function.
You the friend, yo. Somebody that just happened with me and Stan. It was like the homie invited us, and then when we pulled up, they was like, "Well, who you know?" Like immediately, and I happen to know like several other people there as well. But like as a rule, if you invite me to something, I feel like you should expect like 20 people.
What?
Yeah, but I'm also like, all right.
I mean,
because this just happened with Miles. And I was like, yo.
That joint was invite only, so I didn't invite nobody.
So I asked him. I was like, "Yo, can I invite some people?" And he was just kind of like, "Yo, like how many? Because I only got food for so many." And I was like, "Listen, if it's a food thing, I'll bring food. I'll bring a box of liquor. I'll bring whatever. Like, if you invite me, I'm going to accommodate however many people come with me. I just need to know if I have permission to do so.
Right.
If it's a space thing, then it's probably going to be like a tight 7.
Right. I understand that though, and it's hard because like the older you get, you want to start doing like the invite only joints. Like even with my birthday, like I tried out like, okay, just invite only or whatever. Mm-hmm. But when you do that, especially when you know so many people, like you forget so many people, and I forgot so many people when people was like hitting loud or hitting me like, yo, I'm not invited. Like that's crazy. And I'm like, oh crap, I literally just forgot, or I thought that I did. Like I had lists in my head, and you know what I mean, they didn't. All the text messages weren't fulfilled, and I was feeling bad. Like it wasn't that people weren't invited; they were all invited, but. You know what I mean?
Thing,
that's why when you just throw it up on the Insta story, everybody just know. I don't have to do all that.
You know what? I used to feel that way until people would still hit me like with the no invite. People used to hit me with the no invite for everything all while. Yeah. And I'm just like, yo, no beef.
Yeah.
Like no beef.
Because it's like, I really don't be thinking about that. I just be making moves. And it's just like, if I sat and invited everybody that I'm cool with and that I want to spend time with, I would never make it to the function.
That's why I started doing the thing that I do on Mondays, where it's just like, yo, I'm gonna
put all the events and stuff.
Everything that I might people be, yo, you going? Yo, you going to this? You going to that? I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. Whatever.
If y'all want to know what's happening in the city, all the fun, cool stuff.
Oh, definitely don't say my ad. Definitely don't say my ad.
Dang, why can't I?
No, I'm cool.
All right, never mind.
I don't want the fame.
I'm cool. Never mind. I'll just repost it on mine then.
I'm strictly on this podcast as Cousin Tim.
That's wild. I mean, I'ma still add you when I post it.
Really? Did you do that the last time?
Yes, I definitely did that the last time. I do that every single time. It's funny though, because people be like, every time I add them, they get like the most random requests, and they be like, I know this is one of Pre people, and I be like, what does that even mean?
They got HBG in their bio.
They got
HBG in their bio.
I don't even think it's that though, because I don't feel like I even follow that many people from Harrisburg no more. It's like people just from everywhere.
No more is interesting.
Well, not that I unfollow them, but
I mean, I know I do.
I have a very and I
Nah, you know why?
It's spicy.
No, because people. You
real Hollywood on social media though.
I don't think it's Hollywood at all.
It'd be like 4,000 followers following 10.
No, you know,
you one of them.
Somebody hit me with that in real, like people hit me with that in real life, right? And I'm like, yo, first of all, we are here together in real life.
Right.
Like right now.
That's really what matters.
Right?
But people take it serious.
They
people
do.
Take it personal.
And I don't.
Right.
And I don't at all. Like, what do you use? Like, I asked somebody about it. Like, what do you use social media for?
It depends. So Facebook is to keep connected to my family and make sure that my mom not on there wilding. Instagram.
Yo, shout out to mom showing up at the day party that time too.
Oh yeah, man. Goo was about to.
Goo
had me tight talking about some. Nice to meet your sister. I was like, stop playing with me. Like that's
what
my,
he do, yeah.
That's my mom talking about something. Your mom got a boyfriend. Like stop, yo, stop playing with me, yo. Goo. Like stop playing with me. Like play with something safe, not me. But she was all in the function. I felt bad though because we had her at Mad Rex, and then after we left Mad Rex, then we went to Mirage.
I was hopping around.
Chris and them had a section
bopping,
and then you know what I mean. She got home the next couple of days. She was like her knee was swollen. She went to the doctors. She had arthritis in her knee. I felt so bad. Like they had to give her a knee brace and everything. She was like, I can't hang with y'all. I was like, oh man, my mom be hanging. No, she like the super cool mom.
You gotta do the aftercare, yo. You got ice up after the day party.
I know. I can take her in. She good in any hood. I can take her wherever I'm at. I appreciate that. That's my best friend.
So Facebook is for family, for moms.
Right. Instagram, I'm a little more loose on there, but I still kind of be chilling. And I feel like I'm my most authentic, wild self on Twitter. But I don't even be wilding on Twitter no more. I really be chilling. I'm kind of mild on all of them.
Yeah. It's not like it was.
Yeah.
Way back when.
Growth. But that's with growth though. I'm not as wild as I used to be.
Yeah.
My Twitter was a lot more wild because I was a lot more wild.
Right.
Now I really just,
camera
I be
flash,
chilling.
so forth. Pre and ready.
Facts. Pre 516. That was the first one. That was the real wild one. That one actually got taken down. That one got taken down.
Like I ask people that because,
But it's a connection thing. It's a connection into like see what's going on with my people and stuff like that.
See,
and just get good vibes. Honestly, like the people that I follow, they genuinely like inspire me. Like I stopped following like Shade Room and Baller and all that. Like I couldn't do it. Like I legit follow people that inspire me. That's really what it comes down to.
Like the first, I asked somebody else about this, and it was the same kind of thing. Like keeping connected with friends and family for the most part, or things of that nature. Like, not for me at all. Like at all. Like, if I know you in real life, it's more likely that I won't follow you on social media.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, Twitter has always been more of a like an interactive journal. Like you've seen me be on there, like literally talking to myself.
Right. So, I mean, that's what it's for, though.
Yeah, but that's
and
not
then
how
sometimes people chime in.
And then sometimes people chime in, but that's not how they approach it. So like when my man come to me and he like, "Yo, why don't you follow me back?" I'm like, "Cause your tweets is trash. Like I don't." Like, I'm cool. Like, I know you. Right. I'm going to spend time with you.
Right.
Why?
And honestly, I be liking, like, the people that I know in real life better in real life than on social media.
That's what I'm saying. So it'd be that, right?
I feel like social media can definitely taint your opinion of people.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, people
like, some people, like, more dope on social media, and some people are a lot less dope on social media.
And vehicle portals, all that kind of stuff. I don't even have Facebook no more. That was one of the best decisions I ever made. And then my Instagram is really, because I don't keep pictures on my phone.
Right.
So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I
have like 20,000 pictures on my phone.
I got like 2. And they're both of like flash. It's like my car registration and my car insurance.
Wow.
That's it.
But I'm a very like picture nostalgic person. Like pictures definitely they mean a whole lot to me. I want to start actually printing them and like putting them in books or whatever, just in case anything ever happens to my phone, because I've lost a lot of pictures like that.
I was going to vote music on your poll.
You were going to vote music?
Yeah. Because it's just...
That's crazy to me. A lot of people picked music. Like, a lot of people did not pick, like, photos. And that was, like, wild to me.
Like, I came across a photo album that I hadn't seen in a while. And I was just like, wow, like the picture of me like with my foot up and stuff when I was a young boy. And it was just like, wow, I haven't seen these pictures so long. So, and I've remembered some of it, but it doesn't take me to a place of like A. Marie's first album. Like A. Marie's first album will always remind me of my ex-girlfriend Clea, and that always reminds me of Lil Wayne because that was her favorite rapper.
Wow.
So it's just like, yo, I remember me and her listening to this album, riding the bus on our way to work, stuff like that. Like it takes me to like specific songs and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel that. I have some of those too.
Yeah, it was
take you to a specific time, a specific person.
Like, and I've realized too, like when I was in Cuba, I realized I don't take as many photos if I know I'm not going to be able to, like, you know how normally if I'm like
if you don't have Wi-Fi and service and stuff.
If I'm on a bit of an adventure, I chronicle in my adventures on, my Insta story. And because I couldn't do that, I was just a lot more present in Cuba. Like, I wasn't taking pictures at all, really.
I understand that. I feel like a lot of people can't do both, but I feel like over the years, I'm the GOAT of doing both. I'm the GOAT of documenting a thing through pictures and also being very present. Like, I can do both.
Like, it wasn't even just a matter of being present. It was kind of like, I'm not as concerned with taking a great photo because I know it's not going to be posted on Instagram.
Right. I feel that. But I don't even think necessarily it's always a great photo. It's like sometimes I just take the photos because, like, if I'm having a bad day or if I'm like, kind of going through something or I just need that, like, pick me up, I'll literally go through my photo album and it'll just be like, no, sheesh, I got a really good life. It's like, I have a really great life. Like, I'm having a bad day. I have a great life. It's just a reminder of that. And, like, a picture, the right picture will, like, literally immediately brighten my mood because I'll feel exactly the way I felt in that picture. So it's lit.
Crazy,
yeah. So it's definitely photos for me. Music too, but photos for sure.
Yeah, of course. You freaking camera flash. Like,
I was Capricia camera flash flashing. It was me and D. Yeah. But D was like the professional and I was like the ratchet version.
D nice photography.
For sure. But, I feel like that was good. I feel like we didn't do that many do's and don'ts for cookouts, but, man, y'all know. Y'all know.
Don't violate.
Don't violate. Just don't violate.
Yeah.
Don't violate. But thank you so much, Cousin Tim, for being on the show. You know what I mean? You always got the ill stories and super good, dope perspectives on things, and I appreciate you.
You don't gotta gas
forever.
Me, yo.
Huh?
I said, you don't gotta gas me, yo.
It's not gas, it's all genuine. You know I appreciate you. You know I love and appreciate you. You know it. So, yeah. Well, thank you guys for listening. This has been another episode of the podcast. You can follow us at It's Predestined the Podcast. You can follow my personal page if you want to.
Follow her, yo.
At It's PRI_destined. And Tim don't want his ad, but I'm going to add him in the post anyway. But, okay, that's fine. Bye! Oh, and shout out to Dante, who called me during recording, and I thought that I lost 40 minutes of recording. Because, child, if I would have actually lost that 40 minutes of recording, we would not have been friends anymore. But I turned off my phone and I turned it back on and it was still there. So, you are blessed today. Bye, y'all.